Hi everyone, this is the second part of the video of making the easiest, the most basic cardigan. In the first part of this video tutorial, I showed you how to calculate the centimeters into stitches and rows so that you can calculate the size of this cardigan for any size you want. For example, I used this baby measurement. Let me show you. Okay, so if you want to see and learn about this, how to calculate and what's happening here, you will need to go to the first part of this video, and I will leave the link to the video in the description box. So whatever, let's start. In this second part of the video, we're going to knit. I will show you how to knit the body of this cardigan, and in the third video I will show you the arms. Okay, that's it. So let's start. I'm going to knit this cardigan for 6 months old baby body size, and I will start with 75 stitches, casting on 75 stitches. I use this yarn. I don't know if you have this in your country or not. This yarn is from Turkey. This is Alize Lana Gold Classic. This is 49% wool, and the rest of it is acrylic. Yeah, this is a very actually budget friendly yarn, and also what I like the most about this yarn is that I can wash it in a washing machine, although here we have the sign that it's not, you should not do it. Hand washing is highly recommended, but I have checked if the project you knitted or crocheted maybe is small sized, children sized, so it's not gonna deform or it's not gonna have any problems after washing, but it's highly advised to use the delicate mode on your washing machine. Whatever. These are the leftover yarn skeins I have here. I just want to show you how I'm going to take. In the previous video I noted that I'm going to use double knit. I'm going to knit with double thread, so of course we can take double thread from one skein, but it's not comfortable for me and I don't like it, but it's for your preference. I will take 2 full new yarn skeins, and I will pull the thread from the center of the both skeins and start knitting. Okay, so let's go. Let's start casting on. I took another leftover yarn, so don't mind me these curls, please. Whatever. So I will show you how I cast on. It is also the most easy and primitive way. I will use the 6mm knitting needle for this video, for this cardigan. Okay, so this is the tail of this yarn. I'm holding it on my thumb, and this part comes from yarn skeins, and this is going to stand here on my index finger. I'm sorry. And both of this part I'm gonna hold with my fingers like so. So we have here sort of a triangle. Now for the first stitches I go in the middle of this part from bottom to top, from bottom up. Okay, like this. I take this part. Now I go left and take this very edge line here, and then I go right and I take the one that is on the index finger, and now I need to pull this thing through this type of loop that has formed on my thumb. Okay, see, like this, and we have our first 2 stitches. So you see, you need to make sure that it's not too tight and not too smooth, okay? Just to make sure it moves comfortably on your needles. So let's continue. We're going to the left and take this part. Now I go to the right and take this one, and I pull it through this sort of loop on my thumb and pull. That's it. So I need 75 stitches. How do I help myself so that I don't confuse this, mess up with this, to make myself easy to count? Every 10 stitch I place a marker. For example, after 10th stitch I place marker on the next 11th stitch, so that by the end I'm going to count tenths. Okay, for example, let's see what we have here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, now we have 10. Let's see. I am placing marker between 10th and 11th stitches here at the bottom. Don't even close the marker, okay, just leave it here. This way I am going to count like 10, 20, 30 and whatever. Okay, so let's go cast on the needed amount of stitches and continue. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 15 here. It's going to make 75. I'm taking these off, I don't need them. Okay, so we are starting with knitting the ribbing, but you see, at this part I'm always going to knit garter stitch for button stripe. Okay, I left 6 stitches at the beginning and at the end of the round of the row, excuse me, for button stripes, and immediately after them I'm knitting the purl stitch. Okay, all rows. But this is optional. You can of course you can start with knit stitch. Okay, it's just, I don't know why I decided to make it so. Excuse me. Okay, how I start the first row. Let me make it cool. Okay, I take the first stitch off, not knitting, not purling, I just take it off. Okay, this is going to be my edge stitch. That's it. Then I need to knit 5 stitches. So for the knit stitch I take my this stitch like so, from left to right, from left to right, like so, from left to right, yarn over, oops, from left to right, yarn over, and knit. Okay, pull and take it off. 1 2 3 4 5. So in total I have 6 stitches here, and this is let's place a marker here. This is going to be our button stripe. Okay, now this first row is the right side of our project. Okay, note it somewhere if you need to. So immediately after this I need to purl, so I place my yarn to the front. Now I take this stitch from right to left, like so, from right to left, right to left, and I yarn over again and pull it to the back side, like so. Purl. Now knit and purl. Let's move this closer. Now knit and purl. Knit, purl till you have 6 stitches left on your needles. Now I will pause here. Let's meet at the end of this row. Okay, we have left 6 stitches here, so I leave the marker. Now these 6 stitches are also going to be knitted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last stitch of this row is going to be purled like so, but here I yarn under, okay, like so. That's it. This is the end of the first row. We start the second row, and for this we need to turn our project like this. Put the thread at the back. Okay. Now at the second row we are also almost repeating the same thing, so we need to I will just take this stitch off, not knitting, not purling. I'm just taking this off like this. Then I'm going to knit until the marker. No need to count, we already counted everything, and markers help us. That's it. Knitting at both sides of this project will create the garter stitch on this button stripe. So replace the marker like so, and here we are at the ribbing part. So what we do here now, you see what we have here, this V-shaped stitch. This is our knit stitch. So at the ribbing, if we see knit stitch, we need to knit above that one, okay? So here we see this horizontal type of going thread. This is our purl stitch. So if we see purl stitch, we need to purl above that. And we need to do this till the next marker, okay? Knit stitch above the knit stitch and purl stitch above the purl stitch, like so. I will probably put this on pause here so that the video is not very long, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. We are finishing the ribbing almost. Okay, now replace the marker. Now knit till the last one stitch. The last stitch of the round I purl, but I yarn under like so. We have finished our second round, so let's make some notes. So we just started the ribbing part at here at the bottom, okay, and we have knitted ribbing of the body. So the first row was at the right side of our project, and the second row was the wrong side of our project. So I'm planning to knit the ribbing for 10 rows in total. So it means you will be repeating the first and the second row all the way, okay? For the third row you will repeat the first one, for the fourth row you will repeat the second one, and all the way to the 10th. And then we are going to switch to the stockinette stitch at the ribbing parts, okay? Just repeat this for 10 rows, and yes, at the 5th or 6th rows we will create the hole for the button, and I will see you there, okay? This will be just a small tutorial for buttonholes. Let's decide on the position of buttons, because for men and women positions of the buttons are different. For men, buttons are placed at the left button stripe, and the holes for those buttons are at the right, and the vice versa for women. Okay, oğlanlar için for boys, kızlar için for girls. I actually can't remember it, so I always use this cheat sheet for myself. So you can see it, the line, green line is a hole for the button, and the round is the button itself. So to me it actually doesn't matter when I knit or crochet something for myself. I don't pay attention to it, I just do it, I place it anywhere. But I just wanted to show you how it's happening usually. Maybe, I don't know, not mandatory maybe, but whatever. So I have finished I have finished 4 rows. So see, this is going to look like this, okay? See, the buttons are going to close like this or like this, the button stripes, okay? This is our ribbing. This is going to be the back side of our cardigan. This is the front side of our cardigan. I don't know, I will just place this button on the 5th row. Let's do it like this. I will do it at the beginning of this row, so that it's yes. You can decide it for yourself, whatever you want to place the buttons, and the distance between buttons also is up to you. I will make it maybe 12, 13 or 14 rows, maybe, I'm not sure. I will see it how it goes, okay? But the most important thing is to remember that if you placed your first button on your right side, the other buttonholes should be on the right side also, okay? Yeah, of course. Okay, I will place it. Okay, this is the right side. Plus buttons. Let me take my markers. So I'm knitting the 5th row, which is the right side. I'm on the right side, and I'm placing the buttonholes here, and we will mark them immediately. So we have 6 stitches for button stripe, so I take off the first one. Then I knit 2 stitches together, okay? And let me stretch this a little bit because they are too tight. Knit as usual. No, this part is a little bit tricky. Okay. Now I will place 2 new stitches here, and I will do it like so, okay? Hold your yarn like so, turn it, pull. Okay, this is our first stitch, and one more. Okay, now we need to knit together the next 2 stitches. And then knit the last one. What we did just here is we reduced 2 stitches and immediately added 2. By doing so, we created this hole where the buttons will go in the future for our project. That's it. You can do the same thing at the end of this round. Okay, depending where are you going to place the button and the holes themselves. Okay, now replace the marker and go on knitting your project as usual. Yes, and I wanted to show you something. I usually immediately place markers right here. To indicate the place of the hole, and I will place another marker, and preferably the same color, at the end of this row, so that I know where exactly to sew in the button. Okay, I will post the video now. I'll see you at the end of the round. Okay, I'm finishing the row 5. Replace the marker, knit till the last one stitch. So if you want, I already noted that, but for this buttonhole you can do the same manipulations here, okay, at this part, not there. Right. will be absolutely the same thing. And the last stitch of this row I purl. So, and now right here immediately I place marker, and this is going to be the place where I will sew in my button. See how it looks? Let's consider this blue marker to be the button, okay, and this is our hole. This is going to go like this. You see? Okay, that's it. Yes, and let me show you how to knit these two added stitches here. I'm starting the 6th row now, and I will see you at the end of it, okay, to show exactly this part. I'm almost there. Oops, I'm sorry, mistake. So replace the marker, knit, no, okay, knit one more, and these two are added additional stitches, so I'm going to take them not like as usual from left to right. I will take them like this, okay, from right to left, like so, because they can come undone, okay, untwist. And it's again, it's going to be the knit, of course, and that's all as usual. Knit and purl the last stitch of this row, that's all. That's it. I have, how many rows I have? Let's count. If you forgot to note it down for yourself, you can count the stitches here. For example, these V's here, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 exactly. 6th row, and that was the wrong side. Okay, now let's just finish the rest 4 rows and switch to the stockinette stitch. So I have finished 10 rows of ribbings. So for this part of the body of our cardigan, I need to, for my size, to knit 28 rows, okay. So as the ribbing has finished 10 rows, 18 rows are left to knit, and this is going to be stockinette stitch. So after the ribbing, I'm going to start from 1. So in total it's going to be 28, okay. 10 for ribbing, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, and 8 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's it. So what am I going to do here? And it's going to be the right side. What I do here, it's basically the 11th row actually in total, if you want to know. So what I'm doing here, I take off the first stitch, knit till the marker, replace the marker. This stitch that comes right after the marker will always be purl at the right side. Okay, so I purl here, and now I'm going to knit till the very end, not the very end of this round, but till there's left one stitch before the marker. Okay, because we're also going to purl it. I am purling it, it's optional, you can do something else there. You can knit all of them actually. Okay, so I just go and knit. No, I'm probably going to pause the video here so it's not very long. I will meet you before the marker. Okay, finishing the row, knitting, replace the marker, and knitting again. So this is what you're going to do at the right side for stockinette stitch. The last stitch is going to be purled. Okay, now I'm going to the second row, and this is going to be the wrong side of it. And what we do at the wrong side, let me turn my project. So I take the first stitch off, knit till the marker, replace the marker, and I forgot to purl here. Excuse me, I need to fix this. I'm sorry, excuse me, I fixed it. Sometimes it happens. So at the wrong side, right after the marker, I'm going to knit just one stitch, and the other ones I'm going to purl. Okay, just go on purling. I will pause here again. So let's go on purling until we have this one last stitch left before the marker. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, this last stitch before the marker, knit, replace the marker, and knit again. Knit, 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 and purl the last one. Okay, so what I did here is I finished the second row. So for this whole total 18 rows, you are going to repeat the first and second row. Okay, just like we did before at the ribbing. Let's finish these rows and let's come back to go to the next part when we will finish those 18 rows. We are going to be right here, okay, at this armpit lines. Then we're going to separately knit 3 parts. Okay, 2 parts at the front and the 1 whole part at the back. I have finished all these knitted parts, all 18 rows. So the second buttonhole I placed at the 11th row of stockinette stitch. So there is 16 rows of the distance between these two buttons. So it means from now on to the next third button I'm going to knit 16 rows also. Okay, of course, to make it even, exact same distance between all the buttons. So yes, now what are we going to do now? We need to continue. Yes, we have here. We need to continue knitting separately all three parts. Okay, so what we have here, we are at this point. Okay, this piece is done. Now we need to separately knit left and right sides of the front and one whole piece of the back. How are we going to do this? We're coming back to this cheat sheet. You see, for the front I have calculated 6 stitches for buttonholes and 14 stitches for our for the left and right pieces. Okay, so it means I'm going to knit this part only. Now 6 plus 14 is going to be make 20 in total, whatever. So how are we doing this? I am right here at this spot, so let's continue. Six stitches from here, so take off the first stitch, knit till the marker. We just continue the pattern but in a different way. Okay, so replace the marker, purl the next. Okay, this is going to be 1. Right after the marker we start counting 14 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. I'm going to knit this one here, so immediately place marker on the last stitch here so that we know this is our first row of the front piece. Okay, let's mark it here. Front pieces, we're going to have 2 front pieces. Okay, this one and this one. So yes, we need, for my size I need to knit 20 rows for front piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is going to be, for example, the left part, left piece, and the right piece. Okay, so let's mark the next button place immediately. So the last button I placed at 11th row here, so I need to count 16 till the next. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, Okay, 15 and 16. So ninth row of our left piece is going to be no, we are going to place it for the next one. Okay, 16 and 10th is going to be for the button. Okay, okay. So first row is ready. What I'm doing right now here, you see so this one, useless. Take this off. We'll just leave this part for now, we don't need that. Turn your project like so and go on knitting at the wrong side. So here I'm going to take this one off and purl immediately. Purl. Till the end of this row. Let's do it together. Okay, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, don't forget. So the last stitch right before the marker we need at the wrong side, replace the marker, knit till the last stitch, and purl the last one. Okay, now turn your project one more time. So this first one was the right side. The one that I have just finished was the wrong side. Okay, this is a 2. So let's go on one more just to show you how it's going. You see, this is part got separated and we're going to make it longer. Just showing you. Take this off as usual, knit until the marker, replace the marker, purl the next stitch, knit next stitches till one last stitch, and the last one purl. So I'm done with the third row and this was the right side. Now let's turn this one again and go on. We're doing the same thing. Okay, just take off the first stitch, purl till you have one stitch left before the marker, unfortunately I don't have the ability to knit faster. I'm always slow, specifically also because I'm doing this through the camera lens. Okay, we knit this one, replace the marker, go on knitting, last one, pearl. Turn over and continue. So let me mark this here also. And this was the wrong side. Okay, so go on knitting these 20 rows if you do the same size as me, and I will see you when I finish this part and show you how to continue next. I've just finished the left piece, it's ready fully, and I'm going to start this right piece. It's going to be the same thing absolutely. I have marked here the buttonhole, and I left the additional marker so that I will use it at this part also. Okay, it's will be very helpful. I replaced all these stitches into another needle. I didn't bind off. You don't knit or purl additional rows or anything, you just need to replace it. Actually there are other types of more comfortable tools for this purpose, but I just don't have them, so I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so you just leave it here while you will be knitting other parts, this right piece and the back piece, and then we are going to be joining shoulder lines and then create the neckline from these stitches. Okay, now that I have cut off the yarn, we need to replace actually these needles, because I'm on the right side and I want to begin the new row from the right side, so I need to replace the needle so that it's positioned like this. So now what we did here is 6 stitches for buttonholes and 14 stitches, yes, 14 stitches from here. We're going to replace here to start the run. I'm going to just turn it like this so that it's comfortable to me. Okay, okay, just replaced like I did for the other shoulder. We're replacing the marker also, so we need to count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That's it. Okay, now turn it again. Take this one off, just pull this out. Okay. Okay, now we're going to add our yarn and start the row, excuse me. Okay, let's join the new, it's not new, it's the continuation of the yarn, but whatever. Okay, I will leave a little bit longer tail here so that I can hide it weaving as I go. Okay, and I will show you also. So what I do here, I will just take this one off, not knitting, not doing anything. Okay, just take this off. Now next I knit and add the yarn. Now to weave this end in, I will need to knit 1 stitch from the thread that comes from the skin, and for the next one stitch, I will knit this tail that I cut off. Okay, so let's take the next one. I am knitting with the thread that comes from the skein. Leave it aside. Now take the tail, knit the next stitch. Now leave it again, switch to the thread that comes from the skein. Gözde gelirim. Now leave it and continue this way. Do it as long as you wish. As long as you feel it's secured enough to leave it, that would be enough for me. Gelirim kuzum. Okay. Now continue knitting with your main thread that comes from the skein. Okay, nothing new here anymore, so I will pause here and you will be finishing this yourself, because it's the same thing that was on the left piece. Okay, this is our first. Let me take the marker. Okay, let's place markers somewhere here to indicate that we are starting new part, the part that is 20 rows for my size, and I'm going to place knit the same. So the holes in my project are at this side, okay, and it's already done. But coming to the same row at this part, I will just leave the marker here, okay, and then continue all these rows for the right piece, because I did it the same here. I placed the marker and this was the first row, and I counted 20 rows from here, and I knew exactly, so that you don't make mistake. If you are absent-minded like me and you can confuse anything, if you have ADHD or anything like that, it helps very much. So okay, let's go knitting this part and we will meet after that. Okay, both front part sizes pieces are ready. You see, we only have the back piece undone, so I'm cutting the yarn here, and let's replace the stitches to this needle also. For this I need to pull this to the other side. Oops. No, okay. Okay, I'll take the other ones. Okay. We're just replacing them. Okay, we'll leave it here once more. Turn. So now here we also need to, you see, for the left and right pieces we knitted 20 rows, and we also need to knit 20 rows at the back piece. Of course, they are they need to be the same size, okay? So there's no other pattern here. You will just need to knit your stockinette stitch, add your yarn just like we did before for the right piece, okay? Leave the tail a little bit here and start, okay? Knit, okay, let's weave this in. By doing so, you are kind of securing your yarn, but personally I also do additional weavings, because if your yarn is slippery, it's not enough, okay? You will need to do something more to secure it, to secure the yarn so that it doesn't slip off. Okay, one more time and this would be enough. Okay. Now you just go on knitting just the knit stitches on the right side and the purl stitches on the wrong side of this piece, and don't forget about the first and the very last stitch of the row, of any row on any side, on the wrong side and on the right side. The first stitch of the row you just take off, not knitting, not purling, not doing anything, and the last stitch of the row you purl, always purl on both sides this way. And yeah, we will need another. Gelirim kuzu. Excuse me, I need to take marker. I'll place the marker somewhere here. Oh god. And this is our first round of all the row, of all the 20 rows in total. The last stitch with purl. Okay, turn our project, our cardigan, and okay, we're on the wrong side and we're going to purl. First stitch you take off and purl all the way along, and you are going to purl with yarning under the very last one stitch, okay? I will probably pause now here so that we don't make this video too long. It's already too long, okay? So let's meet after we finish these rows, and I'll show you how to join shoulders and how to knit ribbing on the neck. Probably do the ribbing there, okay? That's it. I have finished the back, 20 rows. Now let's join the shoulders and form a neck, okay? You see? So let's see our cheat sheet. So for my size, there we should have 12 stitches for neck, but 12 stitches, I think it's too small. That would be too tight on the neck, okay? See, it's like too, I don't know, maybe it's okay. I'll start joining the shoulder, and I don't know. Let's see how much will I leave. Okay, this is our armhole is going to be. So I have finished my row right here, and I haven't cut the yarn, and I'm not going to do that because let's just use this yarn and join this shoulder. So what I'm going to do, and yes, we should join on the wrong side, okay? I'm sorry. So we will just turn it to the wrong side. Now let's position our needles comfortably. What is going to happen here is that we are going to join and at the same time bind off this shoulder, okay? So we have this here. Let me see how to start. We will do this by knitting. Take this one off to the back corner. Okay, take one stitch, take other stitch. Now knit them two together. And take these two off the needles right away. Okay, this is our first stitch. That's one. Again, take one. Let's take like this. 1, 2, knit. Take them off. Now we need to pull this right loop over this left loop, or I can explain like this. We need to pull this left loop through this right loop. Okay, let's do this. It's a little bit tricky here, but okay, that's one. So take one stitch, second stitch, knit them together, take them off the needles. Now pull this one through the other one. Okay, that's the second one. Let's continue. One stitch, second stitch, knit them together, take them off the needles. Now pull the left one through the right one. Okay, this is joining and binding off at the same time. I think here you could use a crochet hook the same size, and this would be very helpful, but I just don't have it with me now. Sorry. One stitch, second stitch, knit them together, take them off and pull one through the other. Let's make a few more. I think 2 more or 3 more would be okay. This is our shoulder. You see, this is our button stripe, and when it will be closed, let's try this. Now imagine we closed our buttons and there would be left for it. Let's close just one more. Okay, I think this would be enough. Now, what I do here is I cut this yarn and pull this out. Okay. This shoulder is ready, but we still have these loops here left. Just leave them so far, but we'll take them off when we finish with shoulders, when we start knitting the neck. Now let's do the same thing with the other shoulder. I'm going to turn this like so, because we knit from right to left, so this is more comfortable for me. Pull this one too. Okay, you see we have this tail here. I should have left this tail longer so that I could use it in binding off. Let's just use. So sad I didn't do that. Maybe I should try it. Let's try it, and I will add. So how many stitches we have binded up? You see, we have 6 stitches for buttonholes, button stripes, and 3 after that is left. So we're going to bind off at this side also until we have 3 stitches left after the marker here. Okay, let's start. The first ones we're taking off like this. Okay, take them off. Now the next ones you knit. Take them off. Now you need to pull one through the other. Nothing new, just the same things that we did already. This will not be enough, so I'm adding the new one stitch, the second stitch, knit them, take them off, pull one through the other, there. Let's use that method here too. So let's finish this part yourself. You already know what to do, and I will meet you after that, and we will make the ribbing for the neck. Okay, shoulders are ready and they look like this from the right side. I turned it to the right side because I'm going to work right here from now on. So this is the stitches of our neck at the front and at the back. Now we are going to knit. This part of button stripe I will leave because we need one more last button at the neck part, and we are going to pick up new stitches at this part, okay? Because if we don't do this, there's going to be a huge hole in here. Okay. So let's continue. I think continue. We are always, I always prefer to start the new part of whatever I'm knitting from the right side, continue from the right side, and this gives us the knitting of from right to left. Okay, I have a little bit of this yarn here, this tail. I'm going to knit for a few stitches and then I'm going to add the new thread. Now, let me start from here. Okay, you see the positions, because I'm going to start knitting from here and I will need this needle to be at this position so that I continue working. So let's continue. I take the first stitch off. There's actually nothing new at this part. I think I did something wrong here. Okay. Knit, 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 shh, knit. Okay, now we can add the new. Okay, knit. Replace the marker. Oh no. This one should be pearl. Pearl. Let's take this one for the last time. knit. Okay, secure the knit. And now, so this one is off. Now we will need to pick up new stitches. So as we did at the bottom, we need to keep this in mind also for the neck part. The thing that the amount of stitches for ribbing should be odd number, okay? We need to keep this in mind here also. So let's just pick up. So I think I will pick this up. When picking up new stitches, try to make it the way so that you don't leave the hole here, okay? Stitches should be next to each other. So okay, we need to consider this also. Like the last one here was pearl, knit. I will just pick them all in the same way, but in the next row when I will knit work here, I will need to consider the what comes next, okay? The knits and pearls. So maybe here. No, it leaves a hole. So let's take it somewhere from here. Oops. Actually, crochet hook would be very helpful at this part, but I don't have it with me right now. So the last one should be somewhere here. Okay, let's... Should I add one more? No. So the last one here before I picked up the stitches was pearl, okay? So the next one is going to be knit, pearl, knit, pearl, knit, pearl. It means this one I'm going to knit, so the order of the stitches are the same, okay? So knit, pearl, knit, pearl, continue. Okay, here the last one is knit. Keep this in mind. Now we need to pick up the stitches here also. Let's pull it. Okay, we will count them before we start knitting this red needle. So let's pick up again the same way. Maybe here. We just do it one by one so that they are very close to each other. Okay, let's count how many we have after the marker. Okay, we need between these markers, we need the amount of stitches to be odd. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27. These are the 27 28, 29, 30. This is, we need one more. Just pick up one more somewhere here. Okay, let's let this go. So one here, and the next ones. Let me check one more time. So between the stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 plus 3, it's going to make 31. Yes. So the last one here before we picked up was yes, it's knit. So you see, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. This one is going to be purl, knit, and purl. Perfect. So replace the marker, knit till the very last one stitch. Okay, the last one we purl. Okay, the red one is also off now, we don't need it anymore. So the first line, the first row of our neck ribbing is ready. Let's go for the second one. So I might be knitting maybe 6 rows for the neck. Let's start it. Okay, this is going to be the second row for the neck. Okay, let me show you this one so that you can continue in any case if you have any. Okay, take off first stitch, knit till the marker, replace the marker, knit here because we're on the wrong side right now. So the first row of our neck was on the right side, the second row of the neck is on the wrong side. So now we are going to, okay, for the ribbing, here we saw the knit stitch, so that's why we also added the knit stitch above that. And the next one was purl, so I added the purl stitch above that, and go on. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. Okay. So this one was the purl, the last one was the purl. So knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. Shh. Sesini al bana. Çok şahır kuşum. Knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. We're almost done. So knit, purl. Wait. Knit, purl, knit, purl. Okay, the last one right before the marker is knit at the wrong side. So replace the marker, knit, and the last stitch we purl with yarn under. Okay, the next the distance between those buttons were the same, but here it's not going to be the same. Unfortunately, I should have calculated this, oops, sorry, at the very beginning, but I didn't do it. That's my mistake. Don't do my mistake. Okay, so it will be a little bit closer, but anyway, so 6 rows for the ribbing I will knit here, and I will two rows already at the third or fourth. Where is our hole? Yes, at the third row that I'm going to do right now, I will create the buttonhole, and then I will be finished with all these buttonholes. Okay, you can leave the button spots a little bit different than mine, I don't know, on any other row that is comfortable for you. Okay, let's finish this neck part, and I will show you how to bind off this garter stitch part and the ribbing part. Okay, this comes one after another. Okay, I'm done with the neck. You see how it looks. So we need to bind off. Now we have 2 things to bind off, the garter stitch and one-on-one ribbing. So we need to cut the yarn off, but before we need to leave 3 or 4 times the size of this neck. Something like this, maybe. I think this would be enough. Now take our needle, and let's start. So okay, now here for the garter stitch part, what are we doing here? I take 2 stitches, 2 together, like I take it from right to left, like so. Okay, pull it, now we need to repeat this, but with just one last stitch, and we're going to do this to the opposite direction, from left to right, like so. Now take the last stitch off the needle. That's it. Repeat. Okay, from right to left we take 2 stitches, pull your needle, now to the opposite direction, into the last stitch, just one last stitch. Okay. Now take off the last one and continue. Take 2, one to the opposite direction. Take off. Now we are almost done. To the opposite direction. Take off the last two of this garter stitch here. Take off. Okay, now we need to, you see we have purl stitch, the next comes. Now binding of the ribbing one on one is different. It's absolutely different than what we did right now, but we need to now bind off this part where it's the garter stitch ends and the ribbing starts. Okay, so let's take these two again. So this is knit. Okay, for the video tutorial on how to bind off one-on-one ribbing, it will be the separate video. If it's not clear for you here what I'm doing, go to that video and watch it, okay, because I will use the different color of the thread and it's very clear, more clear there to see what's happening. I will leave the link to that video up in the description box of this video. Okay, so now let's see how to do this. Okay, so when binding of one-on-one ribbing, we just basically what we do is we join for example 2 knit stitches, and then we go and join purl stitches at the back. Okay, this is the basics of what we do here. Then let's start. So, and by the way, whatever we do, we need to keep the stitch in the right position. So you see these V stitches here, this is the knit stitch, okay, and this horizontal laying, let's say, so let's say it like this, this is the purl stitch. Okay, this knit stitch that we see on this side is the same, not the same, but is the purl stitch at the wrong side. Okay, basically they are the same things, but depends on from what direction you look. Excuse me for my horrible English. So when taking these stitches, we need to make sure that we don't twist or turn the stitch. Okay, it needs to stay like this, look straight to at us. Okay, let's say like this, after being bind off. So here I will need to see this. Okay, so I will go here like this. Let me make it closer. And then I am taking this knit stitch here. So I skipped the one that is the purl stitch that is in the middle of them. Okay, now pull the thread. Don't do it too tight. Now what we need to do is we need to take this one pearl at the back and take this knit off and take the next pearl like so from left to right. By doing this, this stitch is going to stay the way it should be. It's not gonna be turned or twisted, okay? So now we need to, no, we have forgotten this one here. Yes, okay, let me, okay, I'm sorry, let's try a little bit different thing here. So I'm going to join this spot, not literally like this spot, but with this pearl stitch, because when starting with by joining these knit stitches, this part looks very untidy and weird. Okay, so let's try this. So basically what we need to do is to go from back to front like so and take this part of the pearl stitch, okay? But this is a little bit tricky, so I'm gonna take off a few stitches here, but be careful so that they don't slip off, okay? You see, pearl stitches are directed to the back and the knit stitches are directed to the front, okay? So let's do it like this. We take this, okay? Here I advise you to hold this part of these stitches so that when you pull this off, it doesn't slip off and get undone. Okay, carefully. Now we need to join this part, so I'm going from front to back here for this knit stitch, and with this one I do the opposite, from back to front. I take it like so, pull the thread, oops, oops, oops. Sorry for the noisy background. Shh. Okay. No. Let's take this pearl stitch at the back. We are already sew him once, so we need to take him one more time. So we go from front to back, and the second pearl stitch we take from back to front. Okay. And pull. Okay, now back to front. So this knit stitch, see, we take it one more time from front to back, and the next one we take from back to front. Try not to make it too tight. Now to front. let's find the pearl one that we already took one time, and now we're going to take it the second time from front to back, and this one we take from back to front, like so. Take this off. Okay, now again the same thing, from front to back here, from back to front here, now you will need to do this all the way to the end of this round. The fact that we are sewing this with the same color, it might be not clear to see. That's why I advise you to watch that tutorial video separately. Okay, in any case, I will upload it right after the third part of this video. Okay, now here this is here. It kind of hides there when you pull this thread. It hides inside, so you need to pull out. See, it's kind of hidden there, so we need to take this, pull this out to sew it. I'll pause the video here, guys, so that our video is not too long, and I will meet you at the end of this row to finish this part. We are almost finished. Let's join these last purl stitches here. Okay, we are done joining stitches in. The last stitches I joined here are the purl stitches. This is the last one here, so I will probably join. No, where is it? I need to pull this off. Oh, yes, here is it. So we need to join this knit stitch. I can take this off now. With this knit stitch from garter here. Carefully. And now one more. So what we have here, let's take this one more time, and now we can, oh no, okay, consider we took these two, and now we need to go back to one, and let's do it like this with this one. Okay. Now continue just with garter stitch binding up. Take two, return into one, take off one, take two, I don't know if you can hear this, but my little human has no chew. Okay, so take off one, take two, turn back into one, take it off, okay, we're almost finished, and the last two. Turn back into one, take off, and I will take this last one more time, okay? It's necessary to do. Okay, that's it. Finally, we're done. Yay! Now I need to cut this off. Okay, this is the finish of our second part. The second part of the video tutorial of how to make this cardigan. So in the next third part we are going to knit our arms, and I will also show you how to bind off ribbing at the arms, because this is the flat binding off, and here at the arms we have this cuffs is a circular thing. I will show you how to do it there also, okay?